I think we're up and running. Cool. How is everyone doing? Don't know if I set this up right. Hopefully. Hopefully this tells people that we're live. Cool. So if you're in the last stream, I managed to get the menu stuff working. So I can actually open the menu up and then spawn different actors, which is really cool. So I think the idea with this one is to set up a save system. So when we play something, we can pretty much have the option to load it back in. Um, yeah, I've got an idea of how we can do it, but we're gonna take a look. Zane, hello. Welcome to the stream. What I'm gonna double check is we have a game mode. We've got VR game mode. What I might do is put the save stuff in here. Emma, hello. Got people dropping by, that's nice. Find UFG. I'm gonna start by creating a new button in here, I think. One that we can use to save and load the actors. Put it down here. Let's do horizontal box. And then put this in maybe here. And then we can have it at the bottom, save and load. If we add some buttons in. These, no, we don't want to fill, we want them centered. Govanik, yo, good evening, sir. Good to see you today. It's good to see you too. It's good to see you too. I've been fighting Unreal all freaking morning, so I was like, I need a break. I'm getting annoyed with it. Let's do something else. So I thought we'd try this, which it's gonna be fun. Which one of these is my size box? Bottom 10. There you go. Drop that back in. Horizontal box, wrap with size box. Gives us a little bit of control. I keep doing fill, you know, I don't know why. Where are we going? There we are. Fill, no, auto, center. That should be fine, which means the horizontal box needs to be set to center. And then the buttons, put these on fill. Is that going to do it? No. Oh, we're working on an inventory system. I wouldn't really call it an inventory system. It's the spawning stuff that we were doing on the last stream. So if I just leave that there and I jump in, what we've got, hopefully it's not too stuttery, is I fixed up the menu so we've got the boxes spawn in. I created some nice icons, made some extra blueprints off stream so we can actually bring in different things from the data table. Some of them are pretty big, but something like the wall actor, what we can do is move it around and actually place it on the wall. So we can kind of like go around and decorate the space. The position I need to fix, it's kind of a little bit off center, which is pretty cool. So we can kind of just do what we want with it, really. So the idea is if we can do a save system that saves the actor and the location that it is in the level, we've basically got like a little level editor. So if we can close the game down and then load it back in, and it detects what level we're in and then spawns the content in, which should be good. I'm more doing it just because I want to play around with the save system, but it's also pretty fun. I'm kind of tempted to put this up on the marketplace, but I'm not too sure if anybody will actually want it. Okay, UMG, bring that back up. We want to sort these buttons out. Full auto. They should go all the way across from what I understand. There we go. Text. Let's just do save. Button load. So we're not going to do it so it automatically loads. We're going to do it on purpose so when we start the level, it's empty and then we have to press load to load the game in. That way we know we're in control of it and we can always change it to be like on begin play. Cool. But I'm just going to do a spacer. Go. Now do the same thing we normally do when we change the design of the buttons. Do 2020. Do something like that. Cool. Outline. It's very annoying that the outline doesn't go away. Seems to. Put it black as well. Now I'm going to copy this, just paste it through to all of them. I'm not worried about doing any UX stuff, but we good. MRY, that's super cool. Awesome. If anybody's a Patreon and watching this, you can actually download all the files right now. So the files are up on Patreon for you. If I grab it, patreon.com, get a link. Where are you? Get copy link. There we go. I'll put a link in for chat. So you can actually download these files for exactly where they are right now. But by the end of the stream, it'll probably be different. I'll update them. Top 10. Funny works quite well. Still bugging me. I do right. There we go. So hopefully we should be able to load this up. Open our menu. We got our save buttons on the bottom, save and load. So the idea is that we can bring these in, do a bunch of different things. Whoop. I'm not going to do anything special with the buttons. I'm just going to keep them as they are. We'll do button btn underscore load, btn underscore save. And we can have these in here like so. I also need to comment all this. Unclicked. Load, unclicked. Cool. So now, kind of have to set up the save system. So we need. I'm trying to think of how we're going to do this. We need a map variable to store actor and transform. That would allow us to just load them back in and get that information from it. Because really, that's all we need. We just need the actor that we spawned in and the location that it is in the world. We can have the files, the save system, load in based on the level name. So, let's do a new folder. Save. And here we want a blueprint class. Save game, select. Excellent score. Actor. Spawn. I think that should be alright. Actor spawn. So we can store the variables in here, and what we want is a map. We want an actor. Spawned actors. We can always clear this up afterwards. We can modify a bit. Map. And then vector. I think that'll work. So now we can actually save an actor, and we can set a world location. But it's just getting that information to it. So I think with the game mode's done per level, isn't it? So if we put save logic in a game mode, we can load the level, and then we don't need game instance. Can't tell I'm making it up. And then in here would be the save system. This is where we'll end up watching some other videos. Current level name. The save game exists. But it's blocked. If it does, we typically load it, but we can have our own load thing in here. Trying to figure out if this is the right place to put it. So I want it something like the menu. We get game mode. And then we send the message to it. But I don't know if we'll have to cast. Or send the information to the game mode. Game mode. Could do an interface. That way if we're using the correct game mode, it'll go through, but if not, it won't do anything. I deleted the blueprint interface after the stream because I optimized it. I realized I didn't need it. I could keep it all pretty modular, so it's all existing inside its own thing. The only thing that it requires from the default VR template now is inputs and for this section to be set up. So you could, in theory, just take this entire folder, drag and drop it into any project you're working on, and as long as you tell the player to toggle the menu on or off, then it'll work, which is really nice. Galvanic, yo, I'm back. Awesome. I'm going to turn this light down a little bit because I am getting blinded. How low can we go? There we go. Little flick. Little flick. It won't go away. It just exists there now. Little spider legs. That's even worse. What are we doing? Alright. Close OBS. I can't see it. I can ignore it. Right. Okay. So yes, we need a way to go through here from the menu. Let's press the save button. We get the game mode. Game mode base object reference. We couldn't do an event dispatcher, let's say. Rename like save game. We can't really do that because the menu isn't going to get save game. Save game. We would have to cast to VR game mode and then save, call save game. We don't want. We want to get the game mode. Get the game mode. Let's do an interface. We're gonna bring that in. What would be a good folder? Let's do another one. That is not a folder. That is an actor. New folder. Interfaces. Right click. Blueprint class. Blueprint interface. API underscore spawn actor menu. Yeah. Functions. Save game. Save actors. Function load actors. Save actors, load actors, game mode. We can add an interface, BPI spawn to do actors. We can then do save game. And save actors, which it gets the current level. Does the save game already exist? If it does, we're gonna pretty much get save. We're gonna save over it, aren't we? Save game to slot, and then that slot name is gonna also be the level. So that's the level that we're in. Save game object. We need to do I need to cast to the save game? Can't select it. I need a reference to it. The current level name. Does save game exist? True. And we save game to the slot. It's pretty much just that, isn't it? Galvanic. So current role is to fill in the room with stuff, and when you leave it, come back to it, the room should be empty. When we say load save data from the level, it should place all the actors into the level. Exactly. We could do it from begin play, so when we start the level, which will be really easy to do, but we want to have that little bit of control over it. I think from there, once we've got this save system working, we could look at even removing stuff from the level. So it slowly becomes like a level editor to a point. I don't think it'll work very well on mobile VR because we can't have baked lighting on them, but it might be a fun little thing to just keep building and work on. Give me just a second, and I just started, but I'm going to grab a bottle of water. There we go. So yeah, we're going to just spawn stuff in, try and save it, so when we hit load, it populates the level again. Because if we do it using level name, it means we can have multiple levels, and it won't really care where we're going. So it should be fine. Just trying to think the best way to get the save game object. I'm gonna check. How it. Oh, I do it with the game instance. Um. VR game mode. Does my game instance need to have the save game slot? It doesn't. Could I just cast to it? JL, good morning. Good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Right. Save game. Let's have a look on the docs. UE5 blueprint save game. Saving and loading your game in UE. I just want a very quick snippet example to see where we do it. Create save game object. We create a variable to that, and then we create a save game. So I need to create save game object. There it is. So if a save game does not exist, we create a save game object. And that is going to be our S-actor spawner. Once it's done, we save game to the slot. Now, if does a save game exist, we check to see, we save game again. Save game to slot. So now we need a reference to the slot. That's fine. And then we need just a reference to the save game object. How do we get it? Save game slot. Like, if we've already got it. Create save game object. Save game slot. Read from save game. Load game from slot. It's true. Load game from slots. Okay, so we need to do kind of the both. We don't need to load it again. Let's put this here. I just forgot they're 5 hours ahead of me. Time zones, man. Tricky little things. What on earth is that monstrosity? Oh my god. That's what my vomit looks like after I keep looking at this for too long. Do I just do the same thing for the top? If it doesn't exist and if it does? Don't know if it's going to duplicate it up. I might have to... We might have to run this and just see what happens. I'm intrigued. We can always check the files. So I've got the project open somewhere. Show in Explorer. What is it? Alright, let me move that down. We'll put it on there. We need to make sure that we press the thing. Get game mode. Save actors. So now, in theory, this should just get the game mode, anyone that we're using, and send the message to it. So hopefully, if I do a print string, We can put this here and we should be able to read it that it's saving the game. Let's have a look. Open menu. Cool, save game. Spam that. And then we close. And then if we open up the folders, so in the project saved, save games, VR template map. That's our map. And it's reloading the same one over and over. Ooh, pretty. Okay. I don't even need this, do I? So basically just overriding that save file when we need it. Load level actors. We're going to get the current room again, and then we're going to load from slot. Oh, does exist. Does save game exist? Now we can use it. Save game does exist. And we load in from slot. There we go. And the slot name is going to be our room, our level. That should be it. If we try to load actors and it does not exist, then we just say like print string. They've not found. That's just for us. Yeah. To do Jill, I've got to get into the save system soon. Been putting it off for too long. It's not that bad, honestly. It's only because I haven't used it for so long that I'm having to like remember how to use it. But it's pretty good. Galvanic, by the way, Jonathan had a question about the template. When the next update comes out and I need to import it into my current project, is there an easy way to do so? Last time it took me 6 hours to compare. Unfortunately not. There is not an easy way to do it. I don't have any other thing I can give you other than that. It's not a plugin, so it's just a template. You kind of got to migrate stuff. I haven't found an easy way of just being able to bring stuff over. Epic wouldn't allow me to publish it as a template because it didn't contain any. Epic didn't allow me to publish it on the marketplace as a plugin, so it'd be easy drag and droppable because it didn't have C++. But realizing that anyway, it wouldn't have made much of a difference. It's got to be a template so you can have all the project settings built into it. Jay Deep, hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Cool. So, ideally, if I start this, oh, I've got to delete. Where's the project file? Ah, that. Ah, close the freaking window. Saved. Save games. So if I delete this and we start and I try and do load, ideally we should get the print string that no save game is found. Nothing happened. Did I not set it up inside of the menu? I didn't set it up. Cool. That should work this time. Make sure that I've got this one deleted. Compile. Play. Cool. Save not found. Select the cube. Pretend we throw it in the world. Hit save. It doesn't tell us we don't have a print string. But now if I press load, it doesn't give us a warning. Let's do some print strings in here just so we can see what's happening. I'm going to change the color of button pressed so I know when it's been pressed. Print string. Load actors. Print string. Hey. Got that. Go on, I'm just excited about all the new features. I'm really excited for it as well. Interested for the new update. We'll wait till I learn all the UI stuff. Unfortunately not. I'm still trying to work out a whole bunch of annoying little bugs. So it's just been it's been a nightmare. I'm really close though. I've got the shotgun all set up. I've got to sort some stuff out with bullet holes being attached to the correct things and going from there. I'm more at a point now where it's like, do I keep trying to fix as much as possible or release it a little bit early with a couple of bugs and then let people sort them out themselves? But I know if I do that, people are going to complain about it. So I'd rather delay it a little bit and fine tune it all. Just makes a little bit more sense. That way we get to keep them review scores high. That'll be good. I'll be doing a whole bunch of work on it next week. I've got a few days booked out that week to try and get it all sorted. But I'm not saying that it'll be done by then. Yeah. Try to figure out. Okay. So we got save game slot. Create save game object. Save game. So we need to put the variables in here somewhere. This detects when we've grabbed something out of the menu, which means we can throw it. Which means it's technically spawned in the world. So the question is, do I put the logic inside of the actors themselves? Which would work much better, because that means I can do, when it releases, it casts as a save game state and then goes from there. Let's try it with something. I'm going to take demo actors. Let's take this guy and we'll say on dropped. Actually, I'm going to do the lights. I'm going to do the wall light because the light stays exactly where it is. So I don't have to worry about it. Also, why do I have all of this? Just lets me change the colors. But yeah. I'll have my review in the next update. I'm happy with it now. But seeing the update, I want to give it a 5/5. Nice. But yeah, and I know there's some stuff to work out. I've been doing a whole new, brand new menu for it as well. I've got to upgrade the save system in it. So there's a bunch of stuff to go down. If I've got the list, I can open it up, I think. Where is it? Wiki. Release notes. It's like, this is the list of stuff I've already done. And it's pretty much just been an additions update. With a whole bunch of bug fixes. And then a few major changes. Which is going pretty well. I'm excited for it. Alright. Grab components. On dropped. So this is where we could do the logic. We'd say the item's been released in the world, the player is no longer interacting with it. We can save it. So how do we tell the game mode to save that thing? We need an array. I'm currently trying to get an optimized way to do grab from a distance. Because it's a very important feature that a lot of game testers and players are looking forward to. Yeah, grab from distance is a really nice feature, but it's such a pain in the ass to make, especially if you want a nice one. Like doing it where you just point at an object and then have it snap to the hand is really easy, but having it go to the hand and then try to avoid everything else, it's just a pain in the ass. Okay, save game slot. So in here, set spawned actors. This is the game mode. This is the game. We have the blueprint. Talk to the game mode. Do we just save the game every time the player releases? No, we're using the button. We're using the button for a very specific reason. We create a save button so it's ordered in the scene. That's fine. So, still think we need that save button. We need a way to get all the actors in the scene. What could be a good way to do it? Save. We need to get a reference to all the spawned actors. I'm gonna do a game instance, and then I'm gonna try and figure out a way if I can change it, or I could just put this somewhere else. It doesn't have to exist in the game instance, does it? Game instance is between levels. We're doing it per level, so we don't really need that. Game mode. Can I just get the game mode from here? Oh, my eye. Let's do. Why did I close my freaking interface? Okay. Add actors to save list. Do event. Event, add actors to save list. And then this could be the information that we pass through. But I'm doing a map. We want a double array. We want the actor and the location. So do I pass that through as a map variable? Add actors behind my head. So we do. Let's try it this way. See how easy we can make it to add to other stuff. Actor. Yeah. Actor and location. Map. Vector. Okay. Compile. So in the VR game mode, we got this. So do we just make another array with these? Basically get add Do I have to do it separately? It's fine if I do. I can plug that in like so. Because you can't break a map. I was hoping to kind of make it in the actor and then pass it through, which I might not have to do. Okay, that's fine. Get this. We'll figure it out. We'll get there. Okay. The vector. Okay. Current location. Game mode. Do first. Can't do add unique, can I? There we go. Get. Spawn actors. Like so. Josh, afternoon, mate. How's it going? It's going well. Trying to figure out a save system so we can spawn in, install locations, which isn't actually going too bad. So let's say wall light. We want to do. Uh, how the hell is it? I create a node, and by the time I open up a new blueprint, I forget what it's called. I'd activate the save list. Add active the save list. Target is the game mode. Target is the self, and then we want to get world location. Do this obscene. Okay. So that should save it. Ideally. Game from slot. It's not going to give us the. We're going to have to cast. Do we have to cast for load save from slot? Let me Google it. Because it's not going to automatically populate everything for us. We need to read through it. Save the information slot user index. Don't think we need a user index for this because we're just single player. Um, load game from slot cast to. So yeah, we have to cast to it. Um, so cast to. Let's go actor spawn, and then we can get spawned actors. I don't think we can loop through. I've worked with maps in the past, and I always forget how to freaking use them. Variables. Which one are you? Map. These are the actors. So we for each loop for each one. We then get done the keys. We want is it values? Yeah, values. Get a copy of the one that we're in. So then let's say we could do spawn actor from class. Transform would probably be easier, like, but we'll just do the location for now. Oh, it does have to be a transform. We need the rotation as well. Let's just do that so I don't balls it up. Transform. Change variable type. What have we broke? Okay. Transform. That doesn't care. You game mode. Compile. You actors. Transform. File. Save all. We go through each one and we fix that balls up. Oh. There we go. Map add. If anybody knows a better way of doing this, like if I'm doing it wrong, feel free to tell me. We can't set. We need to create save game. We need to get to add. Okay. I need to loop through this. These. Or each loop. Do this bit and we'll go back up to that top part. These. And then values. Get a copy of those, plug that in there. Recombine struct. Try to adjust, but always spawn values into there. Then the class should go like that. So now it's just making sure we can add multiple actors to this, which I think I'm doing wrong. Where's Stream Chat? Missed it. What have I missed? I look so tidy. Josh, I've never how's it going? Do you have a plugin that is auto aligning your blueprint nodes when you add them, or is it some hockey? Yes, it's a blueprint, uh, blueprint assist. It is a paid one. I saw people talking about it online, so I thought I'd grab it. But it's the only one that I'm using. It's actually quite nice. I also got a Blueprint subsystem plugin that was on sale, but I'm not too sure how to use it, or I haven't really attempted it yet. Going the same as you think. You're able to keep so tidy. Spend a lot of time. It's saved me a lot of time, honestly. I didn't realize I needed it until I bought it, and now I'm like, it's going to be on every project. Electronic Nodes plugin is really helpful as well for keeping things clean. I just don't like the straight lines all over the place. Just my time to make a single interface that is the 5 interfaces. Ah, like bouncing through chat. Gavanek, Have another question, sir. I am making puzzles right now. I'm not used to using interfaces. I currently created 5 interfaces for 5 different puzzles. Will making it like that cause any performance issues? No, I don't think so. It's more of just a way for communicating between blueprints. So if you're doing a project and you need to learn how to use blueprint interfaces, feel free to make as many as you need. It's basically equivalent of a custom event that allows you to communicate between blueprints, and they are one of the honestly, I use them more than anything else when I'm doing blueprints for communication. They're fantastic. So I highly recommend just keep working with it. Make as many as you need for whatever like blueprints you're doing, and go from there. They're brilliant. Um, I try custom UI stuff is very nice. Haven't seen the custom UI stuff in 5. Um, Gel, I immediately install it to every project. Love the straight lines rather than pool noodles everywhere. See, I've kind of got used to being able to read the pool noodles and keeping it clean. I'm also worried that if I have too many plugins enabled, when I upload projects to Patreon for everybody, that it's going to cause issues for them. So I don't want that to happen. So I try not to use plugins at all if I can get away with it. But this one I kind of enabled, and I was so happy with it to begin with. Galvanic. So I have zero casting within all the puzzles. I'm getting used to it now. Yes, you do not want to cast inside of anything like a puzzle because it locks you down. Let's say you've got the best example, it always comes back to like keypads for doors. If you have a door where you've got a key card to open it and you use a cast, you can only cast that one actor key card. Whereas if you can use an interface, you can do an on overlap. Whatever actor is in it, we can check to see if it has the interface. If it does, then you can tell it to open it. So any blueprint can be used, and it's just an easier way of doing it. For example, in here, we've got these. I've got a get game mode, and then I'm using an interface, and then it just goes automatically through. If the game mode has an interface, it will just fire it in here for me. If the game mode that I'm using does not have an interface, these fire but do nothing. So I don't need to do the cast. Otherwise, it'd be like cast uh, to VR game mode, and then now I'm locked down to only casting to this game mode right here. Whereas a game mode can vary between different levels, so you can have different levels with different game modes. So by having it use an interface, it means that no matter what game mode I'm using, I can use these to kind of push through to it. They're really handy. What I could also do really is put all of this logic inside a blueprint function library, have them in a blueprint function library, and then I can just add them. Or I could have them in a component inside of the game mode. So when I have new game modes, I can just drag and drop the components in, and then they'll automatically have all of this logic. Kind of reusable. It works really well. Sharing projects publicly with plugins is a bit of a nightmare. Wish there was a better way. I wish there was a better way. It's alright when you're just using something like the MetaXR plugin or the Mixed Reality Utility Kit, because you can state that you need them. But anything else, it's a pain in the ass. Carl, hey, welcome to the stream. In the save game object, we get the spawn actors map, and then we need to add the new ones to it. So, can I just get this? You can't just add a map to a map. You've got to do them separately. That's what it seems to be. Um, Spawn actors. Get values. And then we want to get keys. I could probably just split these into actor and transforms and then just loop through it. But this way, if I open Notepad, oh, not Notepad, Paint. Let's do Paint. Let's try and draw with one hand. So if you're watching this and you don't know how a map variable works, it's basically a 2D array. So you've got a box down here. We've got it split down the middle, and then we've got it lined up. So we can add in, so it'd be like light 1. And then we can take the vector, or the in this case the transform, and line it up so we just get that row. We can get the actor and the vector from it at the same time, and then we can kind of go down. So each one of these is a new actor, which works really well. It saves having them separated, but we've just got to do a little bit more work to read them. Which when you've got so many different things, it's probably going to be a little bit easier to work with. So go from there. Josh, when you do VR dev, do you use link cable or Wi-Fi like Virtual Desktop? I don't use Virtual Desktop. Most of the stuff that I do is on the Quest, and I only use Virtual Desktop when I'm playing Steam VR games, such like Half-Life Alyx. I use it then, but for reliability, I just use a Steam Link. I was very lucky early on, and I got sponsored to do a video. So if I go, uh, where is it? I can't even remember where I've got it. Sponsors. So yeah, pretty early on, I was Kiwi sent me a couple of products, and one of them is a like a quite a meter long, couple of meters link cable, and I've been using it since they sent it to me, and honestly, it's so good. It's definitely worth using. It's more reliable as well, I find. Um, but yeah, link cable is really good. Unless I'm doing VR games, and then I'll use Steam Link, so I stand in the middle of the sitting room. Galvanic, but I hit turn on UE5 and Steam and VR desktop all at the same time. Steam uses a lot of resources in the background. Yeah, I just can't be asked to have so many programs running at the same time, and then you've got to change the OpenXR runtime, whether you're in Steam or you're in Oculus. And then if you're using mixed reality or you're doing Oculus plug-in stuff, you need it to be on Oculus. And then if you're doing other stuff, you need to be on Steam. It's just it's a pain in the ass, man. I just stick with Oculus. I don't change it enough to have to worry about it. I'm losing track of what I'm doing. This is inside of there. We're adding this stuff. So we need to get the, which one is it? Keys. Keys. We're going to do a for loop for each loop. And then we're going to add these to there. We're going to get keys values. Oh, get. Oh, plug that in. So we loop through that, but we don't want to save every time we add one. So we're going to disconnect from here. We drop this into complete. So what we do is we loop through the whole array, we add them to the save game. Add them to the save game, and then we go from there. Now this looks like spaghetti. I need to tidy it up. In my head, this works. In reality, it's probably going to explode. Yeah. Yeah, I have the Kiwi design link cable as well. Cheap and long. it's cheap, long, and it's functioned. I've had it since I started, so about 5 years now. I got it. I think they sent it to me when the Quest, just either after the Quest 1 release or the Quest 2. This is not a sponsored video, but I'm not worried about shouting out a decent company. Josh, I just got back into VR dev. I used to use Link, but finding the wire annoying. I have it in the ceiling at Beat Saber. Airlink, modify link settings, cable. I have mine attached to the ceiling. Let me open this up. Oh, I haven't got my camera set up so you can see it. I've got green screened. All right. Well, I've got pull tabs like elasticated, so when I pull the cable down, it stretches down from the ceiling. So I'm not gonna like pull anything out. And the fact that I have a 2-year-old who insists on grabbing the wire and pulling it down as well, it's pretty handy. Should we try this? 1.5 for me. Cool. We in? Everybody see it? Cool. We've only set it up with a wall light, I think. So, ooh, didn't actually destroy the light, I don't think. Okay, let's do a couple of them. Go hard, go home. Dude. There we go, and then we save. I didn't say anything, but I think the print string ran. We close it from the scene. I'm gonna do a file save all. Loading's not gonna do anything because I didn't tell it to, did I? Oh, I did. I told it to spawn actors. Loading didn't do anything. Okay. Well, that might be why. Yeah, we'll transform. Save this one, does it? If not, we'll do some debugging. Save. And then we close. Play it. Load. So the load button's not doing anything. So the question is, are we saving the content, or are we just not loading it, or are we not saving it and we're loading it? What's a good way to check? So if we bring 3 lights in, we should hopefully be able to see them. Let's delete that one. We'll create a new one. Oh god, the 2-year-old. She's normally pretty good. I got enough photos of her wearing the headsets to not have to worry about them. But yeah, sometimes you can pull the headsets down off the table and then they're still attached to the ceiling. So having the little slinky things works really well. Would that system easily be to use as a kind of inventory collection system too? Yeah, it's pretty much what it is, really. It's your storing actors that you've saved in the world, or that you spawned in, that you want to be able to bring back in. So save, close. I'm going to do start, load. Load's not firing. Restrain. Two. Josh, putting them lamps on the wall and keep position reminds me of the bag and into the radius. Such a cool system. I haven't played it. Call just what I was thinking. Might have to check it out. Yusuf, hello. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna double check that I'm actually pressing the freaking load button. Load button is firing. But why is it? That shouldn't do that. Event load actor. Why is there such a gap? That says to me that load actors is happening multiple times. That's happening multiple times. But it's empty. As soon as I let go, I get wall light. That's fine. Nice, we'll have to implement that. Well, once I get the hang of basics. You'll get there. Into the Radius bag system is easily the best inventory system in VR. It's so good. Feels real, has freedom. Might be worth adding to GTXR. I do want to add an inventory system to the template. It'd be really cool. I want to do like a backpack thing so you can take it off your back and then you can put stuff inside of it, which would be pretty decent. If you get the system working, I reckon it would translate over to an inventory bag. It'll 100% be an inventory like system. You just need to put it all inside a single actor. So in here we've got the statue with the grab component. You just have a backpack. The hardest part is going to be populating it back into the correct slots. Because I imagine you'll need slots inside a bag so you can do that. The problem is I don't play enough VR games to know what's the new thing. Hey babe, you alright? Yeah. You had a good day? Get everything sorted? Nice. Congrats. I'm fighting save systems. Do you know anything about keys? Keys values. I've got the actor. I'm going to use you as my rubber duck. So I've got my wall light. When I release it, I let go of it from my hand. I get the game mode, and I set the variable in there to be actor and then current. But when I try loading it in, it's not getting anything. So this, even though we should be adding to it, isn't actually technically adding. We save it. So I press the save button. We get the current level name. We check to see if it has a save game that exists. And then we create a save game object. Don't know if I need to create a new save game object every time. I can get save. No. We'll do create save object. So in there has a variable that we're storing the information in. We're storing the values called spawned actors. And then we're trying to set that based on this. Let's see. Trying to loop through them. So if I bring 4 lights into the level, I need to store the actor names and I need to store the transforms for each one of those actors, which I'm doing here. I'm passing it through to this. I just don't know if this is adding it correctly. I'm gonna have to do a print string, I think, and then get the values as I release them, and then just loop through it. That will give us an idea, because we can't read the save file because it's encrypted. I'm pretty sure it's encrypted anyway with Unreal. But on the keys, it's just not getting the correct thing. Alright, let's do a print string. I'll let you sit down.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okie dokie. This is pretty much how it normally goes, guys. I just wait till she's doing something and then bug her with code. There are no slots in the bag and there's the radius. It's just a cube space. Wherever you let go, it stays at that space specific with a bag, if you get me. Okay, that's super simple then. Yeah, on overlap, just attach the held actor to the bag and then just grab it out of it. I'll take a look. I'll see what I can come up with. I think Into the Radius did a type of position save where a collision box, so they are like floating everywhere at all times. Well, it's quite extensive though. I don't think it's intensive. You've got an actor with a bag mesh, and then you have a collision box. And when an actor overlaps that box and you release the grab component, you attach that actor to it, and then you just save the information. Tell the bag that it's got that actor in there, and go from it, which should be good. Yeah, that was float and maintain their real scale. Oh, that's crazy easy. It's getting the stuff into the bag is crazy easy. Saving it is going to be just this system, really. But yeah, we'll take a look. Someone will have to remind me, and then we'll do a stream where we try recreating the bag. I think it'd be fun. Yeah. Yusuf, you know you're the only friend that knows how to pronounce my first name. I don't think that's for me. I probably said it wrong. Correct. That's how it goes. I do that with my mom. I try to explain her stuff, but the thing is, she just doesn't get it all. See, Tara she gets some of it. I'm pretty sure because we've been together so long now. She can work really well as a rubber duck to help me debug stuff, especially when I'm making like silly mistakes. I don't get values and keys the wrong way around. Let's check that these are correct. So this is just going to constantly fire. Okay, so that is working. So that one's working. And then we would do values, plug that in like so. And then we get this one. I'd append it, but we don't need to go that far. We just want to say that we're actually getting cool. That's working, so it's the save button that's the problem. Delete you. We don't need that. Yeah. Let's do this. We create a save game and we get. Or should we just set? Why didn't it let me do that before? Pretty sure it didn't let me do that before. Oh. Okay. And then try that. Save, delete, load. No. What's happening? Um, do, do, do. Oh, did that work? Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't work when we close the game. Save, load. Doing the first grab. Why do they go back to there? Why there? Do I even need to get the current location? I could just get the actor and get the world location. So I could do like. uh, Yeah, I could get actor and then just get world location. Something like that. Or. I don't want location, do I? I want transform. Get actor, transform. I could use that. So I don't even have to have a map. Oh, I can't. Oh, what's going on? Weird. Oh, I think me trying to make it easier just overcomplicated it. I need that. Let's see how much I can break this back down. Oh, You do all of that, you just get it working, and then you break it again. Do that. We do. I don't even need it in here, do I? Where is it? Friggin' wall light. There we are. I don't even really need it in there. I could have it inside the menu when I press the button. No, when I grab it, then I do it. Okay. Is anybody following along? Are you thinking just get their positions when saving? Yeah, basically. Instead of doing it on release for the grab, just do get the actor name, get the world location, and then just attach it to the array. Which would work better. But now I don't know whether I need to put the map back in. Now I've said that. So I could get the spawned actor in here. And then I could do the get actor transform. And I could use this. So I probably didn't need to get rid of all of the maps. To be honest, I'm kind of happy I got rid of the map. I'm happy I got rid of the map because I get to redo it. So we delete that one. What I can do is I can get the actor transform from this. No, that's still done on release. Grab the wall light. We tell the game mode that that actor now exists in the level. That's essentially what it's doing. When we grab the light out of the menu, it exists in the level. We add that to the array. I'm going to promote this to a variable. Get actor transform. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with this. I still need to add it to the map. Josh, on release, just store the actor, then on save, loop through actors, get transform save both. Yes, that's what I'm trying. That is the right way to do it. I'll still set it on the maps. Okay, so spawned actor. We do that spawned actor that's been released in. We then do get. Do I have the map? Might be able to use the map that's still in here. That would make more sense. So set. So then we get change variable. Get add unique. So we do that. The map will be on the save object. Yeah. It's my brain knowing that I need a map variable somewhere. Trying to remember where. Figure it all out. So here, so every time we release an actor, it's added to the array as long as it's unique, which we get from here. So then we get the map and we set the value. Oh, key. Oh, it's only letting us get. So this is the set. So damn, I can't split. Hmm. Yusuf, are you also planning to have a delete tool in a tab? That's the thing. If we've got an array of the actors, we can easily put one in. So yes, that was kind of where I was going with this. Yeah. When you do add into a map, it should be unique with key, I believe. Yeah. Well, add in the actor. I want to basically make the map. Make map. For each loop. Nope. How the hell did I just have it? So I was setting the variables. Pretty sure I need to get. There it is. Get actor transform. Like that. So we add these to the array here. And then event save actors is pressed. We get the current level name that we're in. We check to see if a save game exists. If it does, we create a save game object. We then loop through the actor array, which we add to the map inside of the save game. And then we add the actor transform, pretty much its current world location, through to it, and then we save that game to the slot. So it's not doing it on release anymore, we're just getting the actor on release, which is fine. And then the load, we then want to get this one, and we want to value your key, get key guess, that's the right one, into there. Then we loop through it and spawn them in. Array index, we get keys, values. I think this is it. Don't forget, if anybody's watching now, you can actually get all the files off Patreon. So there's a link in the chat. I don't know if I'll let you scroll up. See if I can copy it back in. So I've got the files up on there from the beginning of the stream. Cool. You plan to have a delete tool? Yes. When you do add into a map, it should be unique with key, I believe. That maybe you add like an arrow tool, like to show the player what position he wants a specific actor to spawn. I'm not too sure what you mean, Yusuf. Maybe add like an arrow tool, like to show the player what position he wants the specific actor to spawn. I don't think you need to do that. Can't you do get from spawn actors using the array element, or is the values better? Well, the values is the transform for each one of these. Oh, I could do that. Yeah, I could get. No, this is just getting the actors, and then we need to get the transform, which is the values associated with this one. I think this is right. There's only one way to find out. Let's delete that. Jump in. Awesome. Lights. Drag you there. Drag you there. Let's do that. I need to change the menu so I can teleport while I'm placing stuff in. Okay, so we save. I've done that. And then we close. Play. Hopefully now we do load. Nothing is there. How many times can I spam load? Doing load just puts it in the same place, but it only works. It only works when I'm in the game. Hmm. I don't think I'm missing anything really. String. We'll do another one here. Plug it in. See what we get. Yeah, load puts it back in there. It's not loading in. Am I not setting it? Is it because I'm for reach looping? Is this what's fucking up? String. If you drag from spawned actors and search find, I think it is. I think it is. It accepts the key, which is the actor from. Okay, well, it's like when the player wants to spawn an actor. Oh, you could probably do that. You could do a spawn system, so you could do a line trace, get a location, then spawn it there. I just do it for the map because I think it looks good. Josh, can I post links here? It might let you. If it doesn't, your best bet is to post it into the Discord in one of the channels. See, we're getting the wall lights. We're even getting the wall lights back, which is fine. Is it the get class? Is that what's screwing up? But it shouldn't do, should it? It's still loading one of them in. Peter, what's the best way to learn blueprints and scripting? YouTube. Pretty much just YouTube. And then break everything while you're trying to learn. Josh, gotcha. It looks like it's saving. It looks like it's saving. It just doesn't seem to be loading. Not correctly, anyway. Save. Then load. Brings it in there. I can hit load multiple times. And it spawns one of them. Kind of spammed the button. How many? Wait there. If I do that again, I press load once. So we get 3. So the transform is the issue. I'm pretty sure it's the transform. Save. Load. It's using the wrong one. I also don't know why load is just spawning more. Surely it should remove everything else. Although it's not, is it? We're not clearing the level and then restarting. We're just spawning more content. We're just spawning actors. That's what it is. Okay. It is the wrong position on return. Or you print the position before save, unload, and compare. Well, yeah, I can try and do that. But I don't get why. It's like it's getting the location when we spawn it. Which node did you say to use? And find. Do find. Okay. Try that. Let's try this, Josh. I posted in your Discord general, didn't want to risk here. Spam bot out to get me. It should be fine. Strange. Have a look at this. Dale. Ah! Ah! It's the same vector. object. Do I need to cast? Am I not doing this right? Spawned actors. That should be fine. Although we know that we're getting the right one. It's just the vector. Why would it be getting the same variable? We are getting different names, aren't we? Save 012 load 012 pressed. So yeah, it's the transform. Can't we get in the wrong transform? It's just get actor transform. That's the same one. That's what I mean. The arrow tool can be moved by the player. If the player spawns the actor in the location, then the arrow tool is at. Then save the player. Might move the arrow in a different. Arrow tools. We don't need to worry about arrows or anything in this. Because they should be saving their own actors. So as soon as we press save, we just create the save object, and then we loop through the number of spawned actors, which we're storing here. And then we get the actor transform for each one. And we set... Ah, wait there. Set actor transform teleport. Watch this work. Actually. Save. Didn't even load that time. Whoa. Access not trying to read properly. Finish spawning actors. Trying to happen too fast. Rage. Everything that I'm looking at says that it should be working fine. Because we're only getting the actor transform after doing this. What if we do Get will transform from the root component. We try something like that. So instead of getting the actor, we're getting the root. Get rid of the spawn actor. I don't even know what transform is getting at this point. Transform different on save for each one. Pretty sure. I don't see why it wouldn't be. We'll double check it in a second. Use a position where the player pressed load. The exact actor that he saved is going to be in the same place of the arrow tool. I don't know what you mean by arrow tool. We don't have an arrow. We're not using arrows in this. Let's have a look. Make them drastically different. Save. It's the same one, isn't it? Yeah. So no, it's not getting a different transform. Why not? Get display name. That's going to be a different actor. C1. 01. The way I understand this working is that that should get a different one based on the actor that we're flicking through. They look like the same. Still the same. I don't know what the fuck's going on. What transform are we even getting? We're looping through each actor And in that case, we get the array element, which should be the actor transform. But this is saying that the actor transform is the same for all of them. It doesn't make any sense to me. Have a look. Do a different one. I think that worked. I'm really confused. What do I do with it? What's my game mode? Oh, did I leave the game mode in the VR template? Yeah. Load game from slot. We cast to the spawn actor. And we get it from here. Has anybody got any ideas what I'm doing wrong? I'm either missing something super obvious or it should be working. Save? Is it pressing the save button? Now save doesn't seem to be working. Although it isn't. Try to do something similar in a new template to save it. It seems like it should be working fine. Yeah, it. I can't see why it shouldn't be working fine. VR game mode is set. Yeah, VR game was set. It looks like it loads it only while you're in the game. It does, but it's still got the wrong transform. I don't know why it's not loading it beforehand. Save games. Format. Delete. Space. Rest. Okay. So it's saying save game doesn't exist. That's fine. Because there isn't one. So now if I do load, there's no save game. Bring something into the level. Save. And then I load it. And it comes back in. It's saving the amount. Okay, I took that off. I need to test it again. Yay, little load icon. So it's saying the save exists. So it knows the save game exists, but it's just not reading anything after the game restarts. By not loading the game from slot. Cast it to your save game slot, which is fine. Um, a save game exists. Is it not saving the variables or something? We know it is, isn't it? Gotta be something super simple. Well, it looks like it loads it only while you're in game. Before quitting, I already read that. I don't get why we're not getting the correct bloody info. That's quite drastic difference. Save. I'm pretty sure that is the same vector. Why? Spawned actors. Did it? I'm so ready to rage. Tried saving like 30 actors and then inspecting the edit and it crashed. That's not good. I might just remove the freaking key. Let's remove that. In here, we'll just do. We'll delete this. Basically, doing the map without the map to see what happens without the map. Do it. Spawned actor. Yeah, spawned vector. That should be transform. God, I'm losing my mind. Unique. Try this. Get actor transform. Plug that into there. There we go. Spawn get. Try this. Spectre is buggy. Yep. Well, can you print numbers of those actors after loading if they are spawned somewhere? Yeah, we've been doing a bunch of print strings. They haven't all worked out very well. Um, but we're gonna try this now. See what happens. Basically, remove the map variable. Oh. Save, load. Not getting a different vector. Get actor transform just doesn't seem to be bloody working. So the for each loop doesn't seem to be just. Ah! Josh, I'm getting a totally different issue, though. I can't even loop through the map, even though I can see actors inside. It doesn't loop. It's. I don't know what's going on. Read somewhere about having save and load inside of a function. Do I need to do that? Um, awesome. Double check that the game mode is set to the right one in the project settings, and it is. Also, the load functions in a game mode. This is the one I'm looking at. Have multiple .save files worked fine in editor, but it's not good practice when you build a game. Fix the issue, but not everything. That's not suitable for this. Save game, score, game instance. So they put it in the game instance. Cast 2. They put it inside of a function. Even though this is example is simple, it's always good practice to create functions that will save and load game data. Because if you don't, then you will be creating the same code in every blueprint where you want to save game data, which will lead to duplicate code and unnecessary work. In my blueprint tab under functions, create two functions. Name one save game data and the other load. So what should I do? Just stick it into a function. This is just for reusability. That's what I was thinking. I do print greater than length, keys equal to 4. I do a loop with a print nothing. It works if I pull it off the save object. Like this one. I don't think I can get anything from here. We don't have a reference to it. Has to act as spawner. Should just be able to get spawn actors. Print string. Nothing I'm doing tells me that it's the wrong one. Once we save the game, I'm going to loop through and just double check that we're saving the actors inside of the actual save game object. Let's check this. Still got Why does it still say hello? Am I finding bugs or am I just doing crap code? Okay, I was working on something. What's going on? Nothing's going on because we can't get it to fucking work. Do you need to save the actual actor rather than just a class name or something? I don't think it should make a difference. Save. So we get the two wall lights. Then I do load. In somewhere. That's working. The actors themselves are working. It's the transform. Let's try this. Um, get spawn vector. Get spawn vector. Add. Try. I don't get where the vector's coming from. Ah, this is what's kind of doing my head in is I don't know what vector it's randomly receiving. We look through the spawned actors, and it's just like it's getting a random fucking location. Oh, it's not because I've got a fucking scene in it, is it? Oh, I'm fucking joking. That's what it was. I added a scene component to the blueprint so I could rotate it around. And that's what's causing the issue. But then we did get root component, and I'm pretty sure that didn't work either. So get world location. Spell it in caps because I'm angry with it. And then try that. But I'm pretty sure we did this. I'm positive I did get root component. And it still didn't work. Save. And then load. Yeah. This scene component is what's fucking it up. I only added this in so I could rotate the freaking light in the menu. What a waste of time. The time. Why is that an issue? What I might do is just build in a rotation value to spawn these in rotated so you can kind of position them a bit easier. So we do that. We save. Close. Play. We'll see what happens now. Load. Doesn't load unless we're in the same level. So let's do it in game. There, save. I do load. It puts them back in the correct place. Okay. So it doesn't load when we play the game, even though we have a saved game file. What a waste! Oh my god, I can't get my head around the fact it's been such a waste of time. Save game exists. Save game exists, but it's not spawning it in. Load 3. And then it's clear. What? Wait, what? Save game exists, but it's not there. We're even casting to it. So load game isn't working now. Load game not loading. Just looking at the doc stuff. Not doing anything like that, am I? We check to see if a game. We know a save game exists because we're firing this event and it's looping through it 4 times. It's just not reading it. Save game pressed. Reads hello because we got 3 lights in it. Let's say we do 2. Save game, load game, we get 2. To 2. Spawned actors are empty. Do I have to do this? Up, dip, dip, dee. Where is it? There it is. No. I got a feeling this is going to be blank. Save game. What? Um, I'm having the same issue you're having now. When I close the game and reopen it, it doesn't work. If I don't close it, it works. I think it's something to do with actor reference. I don't know what else to save it as. Check settings. I don't need to resave the save file when the game shuts down. Shouldn't be how it works. I don't need those. Yeah. Show game, hey, damn, I missed the beginning. It's alright, dude, it'll be up there. You'll be able to go back and rewatch it, but it's pretty much just me fighting Unreal. Same as normal. And then figuring out that it doesn't work because of something I did like 2 days ago. If I inspect, it's none. Yeah, mine's showing up as none either. I'm not getting any references to them. So they stay in the game, but then it's like I can't find them afterwards, but it's looping through. Like, what could be stopping UE5 can't load actors after restarting play in editor. Thing. U5. If I change it to load async, does that work? That one. No, should be working. What? Explain what the issue is. Oh, I didn't. Bad math. So if I go to UMG and then in here, this is what I came up with. I used a modulo, so it gets every other one, and then this still took like 6 hours to figure out after the stream. But yeah, it's all working now. Apart from when we load a game. Do we have to do something like VR template, blueprints, blueprint class? Platform game instance. I don't have a game instance already, do I? No game mode. And then Never remember. Oh, is it like event in it, and then shut down? Three to intense play. It was until we started doing this. But then this literally is the next problem. It's taken way too long. But yeah, we can't get the loads data to happen when I close down the project. So it works as long as the editor's open, but as soon as we close the play and editor, we don't get any of the information afterwards. Cycle of game dev. Oh yeah. U5. We've got a save game. That's not the problem. It's just not. Whoa. I got it working using a struct. Want to say? Do it. So I've got to use a struct, and I can't just use the standard variables. That's fine. I can make a struct. There's no problem at all. Don't think you can map actors like that. Strange. Learn something new. Save game. Struct. Structure. Underscore. Save data. I don't know. Class plus transform and save that in a simple array. What a pain in the ass. It's pretty much the same. There's got to be like a technical reason why we can't do that. But it's interesting to know. So do you have it like this? I use this struct with class. So it's just actor. I assume you mean actor class reference. Put that inside of here. There. File. Use this one as the array. Or put them both as an array. That would make more sense. Not having this. Okay. Delete. Why not? Let's try it. Posted the blueprint on Discord. Let's take a look. Oh, spawn actor. Oh, it's gone a bit funky. Save game, actors, get transform, make struct, save game instance, spawn actors. Yeah, that's pretty much where I was going. Thank you. Save game, actors. That was right, wasn't it? Let me have a look at that. Oh, so I don't think you've got the transform spawn actors. Think I'm with you. Trying to think. Get you. Okay. Spawn actors. Yeah, the new struct. Okay. Do it that way. Transform. I think I'm doing a little bit more convoluted. Get the class. Yeah. It'll stay in vector, so that's fine. The name's going to be unique. The struct doesn't contain an array. Class and transform a single. But don't we want to store everything in just in one struct instead of making a struct for each one? Is that right? Am I getting it wrong? Then we could get spawn actor array. We can then break for each loop. Spawn each one. And then we can get copy of that. You would be saving an array of structs. Think of them as like objects in program containing two variables. Post another struct in Discord. And it loops in each one. Right, I'm with you. I'm with you. and that one is the array. So instead of passing it through, kind of do it the other way around. You're just doing the same one. Same thing, just different ways of doing it. Yours is a little bit cleaner, I think. Then yeah, yours is a little neater. Ideally, I would change this to class, wouldn't I, and then just put that inside of the blueprint. But it doesn't really matter. I'm already still working on your template. I'm still working on this one. I'm also still working on the other one. If you're referring to the GDXR template, then yes, I'm still working on it. Save game. So then here, spawn active targets. With that. Orange, blue. I'll just do a split. Always spawn ignore collisions. So maybe let's try this. Now save that and unload, pull the struct back, loop through, and you have those two transforms, class each one. Cool. Yusuf, don't you think it's a little too much time working on it? A little too much time working on what specifically? I don't know which one you're referring to. Are you referring to the GGXR template, or are you referring to this, what we're working on now? Please say file. Was about to do it. Read my mind. Okay. Let's try. Open. Right. Let's take it. Okay. Save. Close. Play. Open. Load. Yes! That's it! That's it! We did it! And we're actually, Josh did it. So, it turns out you can't save actors, you have to save the class. So in the end, that was what the problem was. I'm pretty sure. Yusuf, the one right now specifically. I don't think there's a problem working on this for as long as I have. So how long was the last stream that I did? Right, we'll take a look at how long it's taken to set this up. YouTube. YouTube Studio. Live. So yesterday we spent 4.5 hours doing all the menu stuff and setting all of that up. And then today we've done 3 hours. It's like 8 hours. I don't think that's bad for what we've achieved. I don't think that's an issue at all. Because this is also on Patreon. It's not like I've made it for myself and then I'm just going to bin it. Like, if anybody wants to get this, they can go on Patreon right now and download it. So it's just a case of It's balancing time. Plus, I do this full time, so spending 8 hours building a tool for people isn't really that much of a problem. Plus, it's learning. It's fun. I don't get it. Don't get the question. It's them bloody actors. Yeah. We don't close the references there. It is weird. I thought you could just do the actors and then go from there because it was converted into a class. So it must be the convert. So get class is pretty much what we were doing before. So is it the struct then? Yeah, it's technically the class. We just changed it from in here. Which is great. Grant Thompson, hey babe. You alright? Put any more language in there, probably YouTube will kick you out. Do but I think it's worth it. I'm confused because you said, don't you think it's a little too much time to work on it? Because that implies that it wasn't worth it. That implies that I've spent too much time to get the results that I've got. So it's like, was it worth doing in the first place? So that's what I'm confused about. Because I think this is worth it. I think this is really good. It's a good, like, nifty little tool. Plus, if you put it into mixed reality and you replace the blueprints with little bounce pads and jump pads and fallen levers and buttons and stuff, you can then take this and turn your room into a mixed reality. Like, what's it called? Like a mixed reality platformer. So there is like logic to my like all over the place and going from there. Carl, I agree. You're all good, dude. This is how it goes, pretty much. Josh, I wonder how this multi-save plugin that was on the marketplace does it. Is that boost saving thousands of actors? That might just get the reference. If they've done that in C++, I imagine you could just store all the spawned actors in a specific place or something and get it from there. Like, you could really put this up to 1,000 now because it's in a struct. It's just going to list it all out. So we can make loads of them in the room. We can test it in a minute. Grant, yeah, I'm good. I live on the edge. I need to. We got kids, man. We're always on the edge. At least this will be leaner as you only save a reference rather than an entire object and all its bobbins. Yeah, you just have to remember to repopulate active variables if you get more in depth. Like you need to save the light is on or off. That'd be another entry in the struct. Yeah, it's pretty expandable. Pretty damn expandable. Which is really nice. Carl, exactly. Show game. You can basically implement arguments before meta does it. Or at least before they release it. I'm not too sure what the augments. Oh, I thought you said arguments. Augments. You can basically, it's pretty much what it is. You can place them around your scene. So I was trying to get the mixed reality template working. I'm having issues on my PC. But the idea is I can drop this into the 16-part tutorial series up on Patreon. And then you've now got an ability where you can just build your own platformer. So you have a little character running around on the floor, and you've got to put little platforms and turn your room into like an assault course or something. So you can do quite a bit. I'm trying to compliment you on your hard work at the same time. I think it's worth it. 8 hours, awesome. Because that's it. When you calculate the 8 hours, that's like a single workday. We started with a blank template, and including all the bugs and issues and stuff like that. We could have probably, if we had no bugs, we would have shaved off probably 4 hours. But that's game dev. We've got to figure it out as we go, which is really fun. This is so satisfying to solve. It really was. Training is always living on the edge. Oh yeah, it's a great tool you made. Thank you. Well, if anybody wants it, what I'll do is I'll zip it up I'll zip this up as it is now. And then I'll put it on Patreon. I'll put it on Patreon, I'll put it on YouTube members. So you can go from there. Or we'll do it at the end. Wait there, I need to find out. I need to find out whether I'm picking the little one up from nursery or if my partner is. Okay, I'm going, which means I need to leave pretty much now. Let's reach out real quick. Just for live stream myself, probably just watching. She was a bit more lively. It is now. Now that we got it sorted, we can do it. Last little one. If you save like 100 plus, you might need to async load. Well, we do an async load anyway. I'm pretty sure. It prevents stuttering on save / load. Can hot swap in the basics. Always imagine something like that from being a kid. Imagining a character running around your room in my head. So that's the idea that I'm going with the mixed reality series. So it should be fine. So I was trying to get it working. Thank you for saving me a few hours troubleshooting hours on this. That's alright. Grind, come back, run, all the best. That's been good. Yeah, so real quick, we've got menu. We can spawn lights. We can bring them in. Place them on walls. Oh, where's that one gone? Let's go. Place them around. Although what I'll have to do is update it so it does it with all the actors because we're only doing it with the lights at the minute. So then I can save it. We can close it down. Press play. Jump back in and then hit load. And then we get them all back in. Nice. So we did really good. Also, thank you so much for everybody helping. And Josh, man, figuring out the, the whole thing with the actors. Real clutch at the end. All the best, buddy. You've been good. Have a good day rest of the day, mate. Cool. Thank you. Grant Thompson trading is sophisticated like coding UE5. Dude, Mr. Spock, you have no idea what he has coded. He's built full website and everything. It's mental. I don't even understand it. What if we can re-add that scene from thing for the rotation? Not too sure. We'll keep working on this. We'll do another stream next week, and we'll keep working on it. I really enjoyed it. Missed all the good bits, but you got it. You can watch it on preview. Well done, nice achievement. Thank you. All right, everyone. I really do have to go. If you want the files, once I've picked up the little one and I get back home, I'll upload them to YouTube members and Patreon for you all. So if you're not already a Patreon, which is the better option than YouTube memberships, you can use this link and then you can join there. And there's also links all over the place for Discord. So if you've got any questions or you just want to hang out, then make sure to head over there. And I will see you all later on. And I hope you all have a good weekend. Bye.